Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I have another breakup story to share. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, please visit WriteMac, WRITMAC.com. Send your story, and you could get my take in a YouTube video just like this. You could book a live coaching session on FaceTime or Skype where we can unpack your situation privately, a little bit more in depth, and come up with a plan for you to possibly move forward. Would that be a good idea? If you like this video, throw me a like. If you don't like it, that's just fine. If you have some comments to help this individual out, please put them down below. Let's get into it. If you want to subscribe. Hey, Coach Mac, please keep me anonymous. I will. We always do on the public videos. But I would like to know if there is a video response. Giving you one now. I found you on YouTube being linked to Corey Wayne. Well, that's an honor. Corey Wayne is a YouTube legend. You are a bit younger than he is, though. I think about 10 years. And like your takes on relationships and breakups. Well, thank you for liking my take. I met this girl online in February, and I was a bit at a low point in my life. Well, it doesn't match up good to be at a low point in your life and have someone that you really like and start dating them, because you kind of want to be either at a mid-level or a high level. But it does happen, and hopefully this individual elevated you in some way. Haven't had a girlfriend in 3 years. That happens. Confidence was at an all-time low. The fact that you were able to attract an individual when your confidence was at an all-time low and you haven't dated someone in 3 years says you have something to offer, correct? I thought I was ugly, not good enough. Well, obviously she didn't think that. Think about that. My family life is pretty crappy, so I feel like I don't feel like I bring enough to the table. So there's separate situations here. So you feel low. Part of it is you don't like the way you look. You don't think you're good enough, and you have bad family problems. These are 1, 2, 3 different problems. Your looks, you can work on. There's different things. You can get a haircut. You can go to the gym. You can get new wardrobe. There's all kinds of things to this. I've worked with people about this. I'm not a stylist, but the idea that you identify with being ugly is something that you could discard. If someone's interested in you, attraction is not a choice. Attraction varies with different individuals. So whatever you are thinking is ugly is not necessarily ugly to others. But I took this girl out on Valentine's Day, and she seemed into me. I surprised her with flowers because of the occasion. Well, you're a little bit of a charmer then. You're old-fashioned. I proceeded to hang out at this girl's dorm a lot, and we slept together a lot. I courted and took her on dates about twice a week. I always paid because I felt it was my responsibility as a man. That's just fine. She is 19. I'm 22. The vibe was good for a while, but I could tell I was being too available. Well, just to top things off, you're in college. You both are young. The relationship is different when you're young. It's a little less serious, usually for one or the other person. A lot of people tend to be more flighty in their early 20s or in college because it's a time, especially in college, where you're surrounded by more people, more like-minded people, and a lot of times you just want to have fun. And so this will affect long-term or serious relationships over and over again. And one person takes it serious and the other person goes, let's just have fun and see each other. And so this might be the case. It wasn't necessarily that you were bad looking or a bad catch. It's just that this individual didn't look at it as a long term and you did. The vibe was good for a while, but I could tell I was being too available. It didn't change my behavior. I asked her to be my girlfriend 2 months from our first date, and from then on I could sense her pulling away. Well, that doesn't mean you did everything wrong. That, generally speaking, if you look at the advice out there, most people will say the woman should chase you, and eventually the woman should bring up being in a relationship with you. That didn't work out this way. Do not beat yourself up over it. Okay, there's some good books to read. The Rational Male by Rollo Tomasi, Models by Mark Manson, The Tactical Guide to Women by Sean Smith. You got to read up on some of this stuff and get some more information. But don't beat yourself up over it. She could have, if it was a different woman, after 2 months, she could have said yes and could have been waiting for that kind of a question. This individual basically told you where they were at, saying, look, I like seeing you, I like hooking up, but I don't really want to get into something serious. That's not a reflection of you being a bad guy or making all the right moves. That's a reflection of where that individual is right now. In May, she went on vacation to Europe to visit her family for 2 months. We did the long distance thing. It was really tough for me because I haven't done anything like that before. Well, it's tough for most individuals, and this is your first relationship in a long time, and you're really into her, so it's understandable. Don't beat yourself up, dude. I got needy, insecure because I would see her going out partying 4 times a week. Again, this is you learning where you're at in the relationship. Hey, she wants to party. She's going out 4 times a week. She's not that serious about you two long term at this point. She likes the freedom. While I was working 7 days a week in the summer, I was miserable without her. Well, you don't want a woman to define your happiness, okay? And you have more control over that than you think, but I do commend you for working 7 days a week. You sound like you're a hard worker, and that's attractive to a lot of women. Am I wrong or right? Anyway, she came back and I acted more needy, and she was not showing a lot of affection and was very selfish. Well, if she was very selfish, maybe ask yourself, do I want to be with a selfish person? She would put sorority stuff and new friends before me and treated me like a second-class citizen. Bottom line is, if someone's in a sorority or a fraternity, they're in college, a lot of times they're friends, and the sorority or fraternities, like their family, will come first. And that's not necessarily a reflection of you, or you're an asshole, or you did everything wrong. That's just the reality of things. She's looking to stay casual, friends with benefits, meet up when we can with no labels, and you're like, no, I want you as my girlfriend. Well, that doesn't mean that you're a horrible catch. That just means that this is what she wants. The day before my birthday, I dumped her ass, but thought she would fight for me, but she didn't. Well, the idea that you dumped her hoping that she would fight for you is a bit needy and clingy, and it backfired on you. And something like that, or an act like that backfires on you, and the fact that you said you dumped her, but you really weren't ever officially together. You said you asked her to be your girlfriend after 2 months, but then from then on, I sensed her pulling away. So you might be upset with yourself that you thought she'd fight for you and you messed up here, but the reality is you had had enough and you wanted to force her cards, and you pulled a bluff and it didn't work in your favor. And this is clarity 101, and you got to accept it. 6 days I reached out to rekindle. She said she needed time and space and saw me as a friend. I accepted the terms and walked away. How can I get her back? I do miss her, and all wasn't as bad as I wished. I showed up a little differently as a man. Well, bottom line is, here's the bottom line. You wanted a serious, ongoing girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, monogamous, a little bit more old-fashioned, a little bit more, holding hands and going to movies and shit like that, and she didn't. She wants to party. She wants to hang out with her sorority, and just because you want something different, you're not going to change her mind. Do you understand? The best thing you could do is accept it, move forward, learn from it, read some good books on attraction, on women, and be suited and booted for the next relationship. And if you move in the right direction, you could possibly get her attention as a bonus, and she could come back around. But you trying to talk her into her at this point where you're at, I don't think that's going to work. One extra thing I wanted to add, she got me customized jersey for my birthday and has yet to give it to me. Well, that just says that she cares about you if she got you a gift. She reached out saying she has it made. She has it. I made a date at my house for dinner. She agreed. That day, the day she came, she said, hey, can we do it earlier? Later, I realized there's a sorority event at 6:15 and I wanted to go to it. So she's just putting, you might have took this really, really personal. But on the flip side, she's just telling you, yeah, I want to give you a gift. I care about you. I like you. But the sorority event is also very important to me. And you look at it like you should come first, second, and third. And that's not how she's going to look at it anytime soon. And so if you ever were going to revisit this relationship, it would be casual. If you're okay with that, fine. If you're not okay with that, then you're at a university level. Regardless of how you felt ugly or at a low point, someone was attracted to you. She was into you. She was into you enough to make you a customized jersey. So it's not all bad, and there's something about you that is attractive. And other women will see that at the university level. There's going to be a lot of other women you go to school with, right? I responded with, hey, no big deal. I have plans after dinner, so I won't be able to. Give me a call when you figure out your schedule, and maybe we can plan something then. She told me, okay, sounds good. I didn't respond. Well, at this point, get your jersey if you really want your jersey. If you're using the jersey as a way to get on her good side, you might disappoint yourself. I mean, if you're cooking dinner and trying to rekindle things, the best case scenario, you guys hook up, you're in each other's energy, you have a really good time. But I don't think that changed the fact that she's not into being in a serious relationship with you long-term, boyfriend, girlfriend. Worst case scenario, she's cold towards you. She tells you again, I'm your friend. I wanted to give you the jersey. I care about you, but I don't really look at you in that way anymore. And that's your clarity times 2. So those are your 2 scenarios that are going to work out when you guys do meet up. That being said, if you try to do something tricky, strategic, talk her into being with you, that's not going to work. Her seeing you over time with someone else that's attractive, her seeing you over time moving forward, can draw her interest back. You didn't really leave a lot of bad things on the table in the breakup, so this can be revisited at some point, but it's not going to be revisited by you just going, hey, let's go out on a date probably. Give it some time for the smoke to clear. If you want to get your jersey, that's fine. Don't have high expectations and meeting for that jersey. I haven't heard from her for about 2 weeks. I've been going to the gym, focusing on work, and staying off social media as much as possible. That's outstanding. Is it bad I view her Snap, Instagram stories? Should I block her? Well, it's bad if it makes you feel bad. If it's not serving you moving forward and you're not getting information that helps you, then yeah, I would stop doing that. We are not on bad terms. If you are not on bad terms, okay, but at the same time, you're not going to get what you want from checking up on her social media. And you just need to accept the breakup and reconnect with, getting yourself on deck, going to the gym, doing these things so you're not at such a low level. And realize that this is just one woman in one moment. And there's a lot more to meet when you're 22 years old, 23 years old, right? I say this often, and I'll say it again and again. A relationship you have in your early 20s is probably not going to be your last relationship regardless. I hope that helps you. Please visit rightmac.com if you have a breakup story you want to share or if you'd like to book a live coaching session. Thank you for supporting the channel.